As a first-generation American, my life story is a testament to the enduring promise of the American dream. My family's journey from Mexico to the United States was driven by a quest for a better future. I hope that this country, the United States of America, symbolizes for people all over the world. When my parents arrived here, they could not speak English, and they faced numerous challenges. You see, growing up, my mom barely finished elementary school, and my dad had to drop out in the 4th grade to be able to maintain his family. My dad once told me he would pray to God every day as a kid for a bag of chips. And because of these hurdles, this upbringing, they were willing to risk it all in order to attain the American dream. My parents were determined that their children, that I, would have the opportunities they never did. Their courage and resilience paid off. I was born in a completely different world, one in where I had access to education and resources that my parents could only dream of. Well, my parents had to work tirelessly with their hands because they didn't have an education. I not only completed elementary school unlike them, but also pursued higher education at some of the best institutions around the world. In just one generation, my family's story illustrates a remarkable transformation that the American dream can offer. My parents' sacrifices had given me the opportunities they never had. Their struggles paved the way for my success. The beauty of this country lies in the fact that it doesn't matter what religion you practice, what language you speak, or where you come from. While you're here, you're American. In this video, I want to delve deeper into a topic of what the American dream means to many, and why it hurts me seeing so many first-generation Americans, or Americans that have been here in this country for decades, squandering the opportunity we have here today, which is the American dream. First, let's talk about the American dream. What is it exactly? The American dream is often seen as an abstract concept, representing the boundless opportunities the United States has to offer. But the American dream's meaning can vary greatly, depending on one's background and circumstances. For someone born in a war-torn country, the American dream signifies peace and hope. For those from impoverished regions, it represents the promise of prosperity. And for individuals from corrupt environments, it embodies the possibility of opportunity. The American dream is a multifaceted idea, shaped by individuals' aspirations and circumstances. This is why so many people are willing to undertake extreme measures to reach the USA, because it represents a significant improvement to their current circumstances. I sometimes find myself taking these opportunities for granted. I know that millions around the world would give anything to be in the position I am today, to be an American, to be in this country. They would eagerly trade places to have the same chances, the same opportunities that everyday Americans enjoy. I've been all over the world, so I know firsthand the contrast of living in the USA compared to living abroad. I've been in Africa, I've been in Asia, I've been in South America, I've been in the Middle East, I've been in Europe. And they used to say we never worry about lacking clean water, a basic necessity that we sometimes take for granted. Yet while I was in rural Morocco, in Africa, water comes from a well only 2 times a week. And because water was limited, there would be flocks of people desperately in line hoping to get some water from that well. Similarly, while in the USA, we are shielded from national chaos caused by gangs and cartels. Sadly, such violence is an everyday thing in Mexico and in many parts of Latin America. The drug wars, even simple conveniences like indoor toilets, a place where you can sit down to go poo, which are often things that we overlook. Having a toilet can be a luxury in rural parts of China where squatting is a norm. All these elements, basic necessities, safety, and everyday comforts are part of what the American dream represents. It's about the ability to live a good life, a carefree life, to enjoy stability, and to seize opportunities. The American dream is all the things I've just mentioned. What scares me the most is that this freedom, this prosperity, is that we could lose it all in a blink of an eye. Our American dream depends on the strength and stability of our country across all dimensions. Without this foundational strength, everything we hold dear can be at risk. Our country's greatness is built upon the sacrifices of the people before us. A century ago, Americans fought hard in World War II, with millions of Americans giving their lives to secure peace for not only the world, but our nation. Just a couple years later to a couple decades later, likewise, countless more Americans gave their life to protect our democracy and our freedom. As the most powerful nation on earth, we have a profound responsibility to maintain global stability. Whether we fully recognize it or not, the United States has assumed the role of global guardian. While it's common for us Americans to criticize the spending we do in our military or the countries that we're protecting abroad, you gotta understand the stakes that are involved. The collapse of a single ally could lead to a domino effect, with devastating consequences to the Western world, which the United States leads. Our American dream is linked to our country's ability to remain strong and stable, safeguarding everything we cherish. And here lies the issue. Many everyday Americans to first-generation Americans may not fully appreciate the opportunities opportunities and freedoms we enjoy. The lack of awareness and appreciation for the sacrifices made by previous generations can lead to complacency and a diminished sense of the values we hold dear. And I didn't recognize this problem until it was almost too late for me. My parents worked so hard to give me the opportunity to benefit from being American, but I went down a downward spiral. I had lived a life of excess, drinking and partying my days away, a life of debauchery. Thankfully, a near-death experience from drinking and driving and multiple wake-up calls helped me turn my life around. Reflecting on my past, I realized that my situation really isn't unique. Many in my generation and the newer generation are growing complacent, preferring to binge watch Netflix, play video games endlessly, or in some cases live a life of debauchery like me. The issue is because we have it all, because we never had to suffer for the peace, the prosperity, the opportunity we all have, we never really strive to push ourselves. We become complacent. We don't value anything because it was given to us in a silver platter. Comfort can be a dream killer. It can be the American dream killer. The very American dream that we all enjoy can be gone in a generation if nothing is done, if we all become useless nobodies. I'm a first generation American. I will promise to my parents. They worked so hard, struggled so hard to give me the opportunity to be called American. I also owe everything I have to this country for giving me the opportunities I have today. If I were to continue to live a life of debauchery, of just indulging myself with alcohol and partying like I once did, it'd be a slap in the face to the people who struggled so hard for me to be here. I know that my parents didn't risk it all to leave their homeland for their kid to be born in the USA and become a drunk. Likewise to all everyday Americans. I understand it's comfortable doing nothing and watch Netflix all day. I know how cozy it can be laying in bed all day. I also find myself at times not wanting to put in the work. I'm not perfect. No one is. But one thing's for sure. I owe everything I have to this country. This country gave me food. It gave me shelter. It gave me an opportunity. The least I can do is make something of myself. Contribute to society in the same way you should too. Now you don't have to aim for the stars and be the next Elon Musk or Bill Gates. Just don't be a lazy bum. That's it. And I'll tell you this, it gets to a point where living a life of excesses, indulging in debauchery, drinking, partying, maybe binge watching Netflix all day, playing video games doesn't fulfill you. On the short term, it might entertain you, but it doesn't give you purpose. It isn't fulfilling. And nothing is more fulfilling than realizing your true potential. The American dream is very alive today. Take advantage of it. The American dream represents more than a set of ideals. It's a deeply ingrained promise of opportunity and potential. It embodies the belief that anyone, regardless of their background, can achieve success through hard work and determination. It's about the chance to improve one's economic status, find stability, and enjoy the freedom to live life on their own terms. As an American, you can choose to become whatever you wish to be. That's the American dream. But here's the thing, this American dream is not automatic. It requires effort, resilience, and a genuine appreciation for the opportunities we have. Each of us have a role to play in making the most of these chances and in contributing to a society where the American dream remains within reach for everyone. Go out and make something of yourself. So whether you're starting out or reflecting on your journey, remember that your actions and choices matter. Let's honor the sacrifices that have paved the way for us and strive to live up to the promise of the American dream, making a meaningful impact with the opportunities we've been given. Just remember this, that all this opportunity, all this prosperity, this freedom that you have, it can go away any second. All it takes is one generation that ruins it all. And now, if you don't want to push yourself out of your comfort zone, don't do it for yourself. You want to give your kids the same opportunity you have? Do it for your kids. Do it for your grandkids.